Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Move that camera over just a little bit, get the noggin out of your way. I want to make this video just because. Don't know how many of them things is actually out there, but this is a 1994 Dodge Dakota Sport. It's got a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder in it, and it's got a water pump leak. So like I said, I don't know how many of the things is even out there, but we're going to go ahead and make a video out of it. I just feel like I got to. Actually, this is the setup. I did replace a AC compressor on this thing last year, and this thing is actually purring like a kitten still, so why not fix it? That pulley down there, that's going to be our water pump. As you can see, we are going to have to move this belt tensioner right here. Yeah, that one right there. So we'll have to move this, so get the belt here off the AC. We'll have to do that first, of course, and then we've got to do the alternator belt and all the other good stuff coming along with it. I'm going to bring you on the bottom, though, and show you what it looks like on the bottom and why we're changing the water pump. Zoom back out of here. All right, pause the camera for just a second. It's got a large amount of room on the bottom. I mean, you can just see how much room is here to work on these things. Heck, we can do all the work from the bottom, I think. You know, these things are that thing. I mean, no more leaks than what it's got. I've seen 2015, 2016 vehicles that got more oil leaks than this, so not that bad at all. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the camera up one more time because I'm going to drain the coolant. This is going to be very easy to do on our radiator here. We can should be able to catch most of it. Got a pitcock here on the other side, as you find on most radiators. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and drain that. So got some of the coolant drained out of here. We take our bracket, our pulley for the water pump. We'll take it off. We'll have to remove the plastic on here. We may not need to undo the front pulley, but I don't know that. I hadn't looked it up, but here's the water pump, obviously. It's peeing out of the weep hole right here. I hope the camera can pick that up. We'll get this alternator loosened up, which is I already did, and we'll go ahead and pull the other bolt out of here. That one is a little bit on the tight side. Job is supposed to take a little over 2 hours. And now that I look at it, it is a possibility. Alright, so there's another bolt in the back, I'm assuming. It's hard to, camera's in the way too, so. Yeah, there's another 15 mil in the back. Hopefully we'll get to that a little bit easier, or get to it, be able to turn it out of there fairly easy. Can't talk. We'll do that with a loosen up with the ratchet, I guess, first. Wrong place. Here we are. Let's see if I can get that off of the ratchet. So that's the oh, wait a minute, you can't see nothing. I got the shield in the way. This bracket bolted on like right in here. Now, you see that? Yeah, you can see that. So, of course, we got a little bit more coolant going to come out. I got to take the hose clamps off. I'm going to do that next. Turn the camera off for that one. disregard previous statement. Almost made a mistake. We don't undo the hoses, they're on the body itself. Never mind about that. So I'm glad I looked at that again. Anyway, we're going to pull the plastic cover off and see where all the bolts are. Don't know. May have to remove this pulley here in the front. It's all possible. We'll see here in just a second. Alright, let's see if I get you back over here. Oh, let's see. Can we see? Can we see? Yeah, we can see. Undid the our plastic here. Our I'm trying to figure out whether we're going to have to get timing removed on this little unit to get to the bolts. That's crazy. Here's a water pump. By the looks of it, that does go up behind it. That has to be that has to yet be another Dodge Special. But anyway, we'll go ahead and pull these bolts out of there. Okay, so I pulled the timing. I got me some marks on here. I loosened up the timing belt. I pulled my my sprocket, my timing sprocket. I pulled it back. I'm not going to undo that. I think I can get in there with no problem. So I'm going to start loosening up some of these 10mm bolts right here, and then I got 2 up here, and then there's 2 more under the timing gear here. Whew, couldn't spit that out. All right, guys, I can't hardly see what you see and what you don't see. The alternator. We'll have to. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that bolt out, pull the alternator out, so we can get behind here and pull these other 2 bolts out. The water pump is loose down here all over, other than the 2 bolts on top. So we'll have to go topside for that one. Unfortunately, I have to lower the vehicle. Not a big deal, but anyway, that's what we got to do. I took a different approach with this. Let me see what we can see. Sorry about that, guys. I don't hardly see that little screen anymore. Up here, I took and just clipped the corner to where I could pull the entire gear off of here. Be very careful. Mark your belts. Be very, very careful when you move that, pull that off of there, and make sure that belt does not move off the top, and you might not have to even worry about your timing. I will check nonetheless. I took the bolts out. I'm going to go ahead and clean that up and put it back together straight away. This is actually wire wheel. I'm gonna clean the most part off of that. I've noticed this is pretty pitted. That's why I wanted to do that first. We'll scrape the rest of it. We'll have to pay extra attention. I did manage to break a bolt over here on the water pump. It was stuck in there. Well, I didn't break the bolt broke trying to get it out, so I'm gonna have to try to do something with it. We're gonna heat it up and try to drill it out. So I'm gonna have to move the camera, guys, because the camera is kind of right in the way. Well, I don't know if we can get an angle from right there or not. Maybe not. I don't know. Something. Tripod. I got it on a tripod, and the tripod, of course, the legs are sticking out. So that's my problem right now. Problem with the propane torch. Obviously, I'm not going to get too happy with that. I'm going to have to get the water out of it, because if the water is dripping on your gasket, that is a chance I'm not willing to take at this point in time. So I'm going to fire this vacuum unit up and suck some of that fluid out of there. As far as the rest of it now, we're going to have to do better than what we got. I can't have that dripping on me, or not on me, dripping on the gasket, basically, you know. I'll say about another quart come out of it. Maybe a little bit carried away there, but definitely clean that up. It's pretty good and warm. Got a little bit carried away there, but it's not a problem. Trying to get that straightened up a little bit. The pleasure part of it is this thing has got a massive amount of room that we've got to work on this, so you do want to be careful. This may be pushing the limit of our room. Oh no. Get a good start on that. I think we're going to be happy with that. camera in the way. No problem. The reason I don't really, you can use a left-handed drill bit, of course, that is a possibility. In my experience, yeah, sometimes you get lucky, most of the time you really don't. And that right there, if I could zoom you in, I would. It seemed to hit pretty darn close to the center. Part luck. The other part is that I really don't care. Don't care where that hits, because reason for it is I can always end up opening it up. That is a possibility. I'm gonna go ahead and pause the camera. My drawers are not organized on my taps. I'm gonna find a tap. Oh, so I found me a tap finally. 6 hours later. Let me move my bucket out. Not everything gets in my bucket. Make sure that's good and dry. It's pretty pitted. I don't really want to do a whole lot of grinding on that. What in the flower pit? What in the crazy flower pit? Alright, so they give you this gasket right here. Hopefully you can see that. But the problem is the water pump needs a different type of gasket. Now, I don't know what they were thinking here. If they thinking we're just going to put that on the outside right there and that's supposed to seal that on something pitted like that, thanks, but no thanks. That ain't going to work. That's not going to work ever. The original gasket is thick, very thick. It's laid into that groove. Like I said, I don't know what they're thinking here. And of course, reusing that gasket is not an option. The only other thing that I got would be to fill the thing full of silicone. I don't know that I like that option because the gasket hardly covers the, no, it doesn't cover the inside. So, bad idea there too. So, let me pause the camera up. One more snag. So I'm actually kind of glad I turned the camera on. Up on doing a little bit of research. I'll show you what's going on. I think we can see it better on the water pump. On this water pump, there is a groove right in here. This is supposed to be a new water pump. The gasket that they sent, I hope you can see that, and I can try to put it on here. I'll finish the story. It does not cover the backside. I hope the camera can see this. It would be overlapping the groove, but not touch the other side. It would only be touching on like the 16th or whatever this is, on this little bitty tiny lip. That's the only thing that paper gasket would touch on. Of course, we have options of filling it with silicone, so don't bother leaving comments about that. We're not going to fill that with silicone, not doing any such a silly thing. Every other place I've looked, let me back up one time. If you're buying a water pump for a truck like that, don't go to O'Reilly. That's what you're going to get. So every other place that I looked at the picture of the water pump, it in fact comes with a water pump seal. If you look up, if you're looking up water pump gasket, it's a seal. It's showing a seal. So I don't know what they're thinking here by doing that, but anyway, I've got one on the way. It's ordered. It'll be later on this evening before it gets here, so we'll kind of dead in the water, as they say, until the gasket gets here, and well, I'm gonna clean up some parts, I guess. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so 35444 is the Felpro number for the gasket. There is the gasket. Big old difference from what they send with it. So, getting ready to put the gasket and water pump back into the vehicle here. Like I said, I just don't know what the thought process was on putting the paper gasket in there, but it don't matter. It's water under the bridge now. All I'm worried about right now is getting this truck put back together and get it back to its owner. In case you're wondering, that last one that I did, well, you can't see nothing. Let me lower you down a little bit. That last one I did right there, that was the one that I had fixed, tapped, whatever. I probably could have run the battery is almost gone. I probably could have run the tap in the hose. I might have jumped the gun a little bit on that one. Oh, but anyway, I'm not going to sweat the small stuff here. That O-ring there had, you could tell when you put the bolts in, that O-ring has a lot of crush, and that is the right thing to do. I think anything else is kind of not good. I think there's actually a Ford that uses that same silly old design. I don't remember much about it, I'll tell you that. This is a fairly old vehicle. I don't remember that much about it. Alright. Oh, did I get this one? Yeah, I think I did. One more. dug around in a pile of goodies over here, and I did find something. It actually looks similar. Yeah. That's definitely tight enough. Torque the spec. Unfortunate truth about things is, I did finally mess around and lost the timing. So I'm off to time the engine. I then went ahead and pulled the cover off on top, just because. But anyway. I can probably take a pretty good guess at where the belt was at, putting this back on. I can't see my, yeah, it looks like by now I've completely lost it, so yeah, I'm gonna have to go up top, unfortunately, and get this situation taken care of the proper way. That's something where we really don't want to make a mistake. So I'm going to go ahead and head up top, get everything set. That's not an interference engine, so we're not going to hurt anything. I'll pause the camera up a little bit, put that back on. Hope you guys can see all of that, but obviously replace your timing cover. And we're going to go up in here and we're going to replace our pulley. Irony of things here is that really you can slip that on there and you don't even have to redo the tensioner if you really don't want to. One of the things that actually did stick out on that was the fact that our center bolt, our crankshaft bolt, it was actually loose. So I'm kind of glad that I took this apart. Kind of glad I had to take it apart. That way we could go ahead and tighten that bolt up. And heck, that's already pulled up exactly where it needs to be. Get rid of this 12. And get rid of this extension. No need to have that extension on there, I guess. Hope y'all can see that. I don't know what, the hose is a little bit in the way, but I'll figure out something different than that big old tripod here that folds out so much that it gets in my feet there in my way. Maybe I can fold it in a little bit. I don't know. I also don't want to kill the camera. I done killed the camera already. I don't really want to do another one. So this is actually pretty tight. Truth to be known, there's nothing wrong with that. I did went ahead and put the clamp back in its place over here, the one that I took off earlier that I shouldn't have taken off. I went ahead and slipped that one back in place. I guess I'll go ahead and slip this one here back in place while I'm at it. Try to replace it, or try to place it back exactly where it came from. You see the outline. I'm actually about to replace the vehicle, I guess, from what I understand. So I'm not going to worry about it too awful much. here, of course, we have to make sure we're getting it on the right way, and this here is the right way, so it's very easy to make a mistake on here, on this one. So this has got to go that way. Actually, if you pay attention, you can see the outline of the water pump anyway, but still. I'll put this back on. So this one, which way did I take that off? Let's see. I might have to take a peek at that. Look at that. Look at that. Just like that. Okay, so that one goes like that. I've still got to put the adjuster back on here for our lead belt. That little feller sits up here. I believe, let's see, that's 1, 2, and 3 bolts right there. So, right bolts, wrong hole. This is how the assembly goes together. That's how it sits. Got the alternator bolted back on. The adjustment bolt for this in the back. Tighten all your bolts back up. Of course, this is pretty tight. This is for your alternator. This is for the air conditioner up on top. So we got all the belts back on. Got pulleys back on. Got all the bolts tightened up. Truck needs to come down now. Be filled up with antifreeze. Not going to film that part. That's kind of, I'm going to say, self-explanatory. We can fire the truck up for just a second because I don't want the smoke in here. Hopefully she'll fire right up if I did the timing correctly. Timing is kind of a little bit of a booger on this one. If you need help with that, let me know. I'll be more than glad to help somebody out. This thing here didn't have no timing marks. If it did have them, I don't know about them. The only thing that I had on here was the crankshaft pulley, and that was the extent of it. Everything else, I didn't see no timing marks. So that's really the extent of what I want to run it in the shop. I got the door closed, cold outside. This truck, of course, it does produce some good exhaust gas. I don't want it in my shop, but as you heard, starts right up, runs perfectly fine. So here's a shot again from the top. That's what that, kind of what that looks like there from the top. This thing is wide open, easy to work on. I don't know that anybody will have them. Of course, that's not the only vehicle that has a 2.5 liter in it. But anyway, there you go. I'm going to turn the camera off because I got to get going. It is late now. I still got to take this truck here, put it on the back of the trailer, and haul it back to the customer. So he ain't got no way of getting to me, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. Guys, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do it as you do. Leave me some comments in the comment box, good or bad. We'll take them. See you on the next one.